Hi everyone, Dr. Joyce Park here, dermatologist. We are actually going to talk about an exciting package that I just got. The launch of Rhode skincare. This is Hailey Bieber's new skincare line, which I've been told is years in the making. And just to start off right off the bat, I don't have any conflicts of interest. I'm not sponsored to create this review. I have worked with Hailey Bieber before in the context of Bare Minerals when I was their global dermatology ambassador and Hailey was their other ambassador. And we did collaborate on a couple of projects, but she has not, or her company has not, paid me in any way to review her products. Let's get into it. Here we go. There's Hailey Bieber looking gorgeous as always. And you know, she on TikTok and other social media, I feel like she is the celebrity that always is talking about skincare and the importance of skincare. You know, other celebrities who might be dropping skincare lines soon are more about makeup and like full coverage, whereas I feel like Hailey does a lot of get ready with me videos where she's, you know, bare skinned and just putting on her skincare routine, putting on her sunscreen, and then very light makeup. So she's definitely a skin forward kind of girl, which I love. So just to show you guys, these are the combination of products that are being offered with her first launch. There is the Barrier Restore Cream, which is more of a thick moisturizer. There is the Peptide Glazing Fluid, and this just brings to mind the term glazed donut skin because I feel like she always talks about having her skin look like a glazed donut, and this just reminds me of that. And this is more of like a gel cream hybrid. And then she has 3 different peptide lip treatments, one that's unscented, and then one that is flavored like caramel, and one like a watermelon slice. So for today's review, I want to show you what these products look and feel like, and then talk a little bit about the ingredients and the benefits. Before I get into the actual product review, I wanted to talk really quickly about peptides. Since Hailey Bieber's new launch, Rhode, features peptides in like every single product. Peptides are basically short chains of amino acids that can bind together and form together in different combinations and ways to become proteins. Proteins like collagen, elastin, keratin, all of the things that we can find in our skin. And what these peptides do for our skin is when applied topically, they can act as little signal messengers, meaning they can trigger a cascade of reactions that tell the skin to do other things. For example, there are certain peptides that allow for greater hydration, certain peptides that can even mimic the effect of Botox in helping a little bit with muscle movement. There's even peptides that can help with antioxidant or anti-inflammatory activity. But mostly, I would say peptides are the best suited for and most well studied for the purposes of hydrating the skin. And so in seeing that Hailey put the word peptide in a lot of her products here, I think it's a clever way to basically say that her products are very hydrating. You know, it's not too bold of a marketing claim. She's not saying that these peptides are going to erase your wrinkles. They're not going to turn back the hands of time. They're not going to undo sun damage. And, you know, as a dermatologist, I'm always very wary when skincare products are marketed as doing magical things, right? These are topical products. They're not invasive procedures. They're not breaking down your skin barrier or causing localized damage in order to stimulate more collagen production. These are topical products. So I like it when the products are rooted in reality and don't make claims that are too bold and likely to be untrue. All right, so first off, we have the Peptide Glazing Fluid. So this one contains a bunch of ingredients that I think are pretty great. They're superstar ingredients. So this one contains hyaluronic acid, which we all know is called a moisture magnet. It basically helps your skin hold on to and retain water. And we lose levels of this as we age, and that's why it's important to have it in our skincare routines so that it can really help our skin hold on to water and stay hydrated. This one also has marula oil, which also acts as an emollient. In the ingredient list, this is actually listed as birria seed oil, so don't get confused. Know that that's actually marula oil. And I would say my general impression for oils is that if you have really, really oily skin to begin with, you may not enjoy putting more oil or really thick emollients on your skin. So that's just one thing that I would be mindful of. Like if you have really oily skin or really acne prone skin, this may be something that you want to be careful with, not to put it directly over those areas of concern. This product also has a peptide that is meant to help with hydration. And then lastly, this one has niacinamide, which helps to brighten and also helps with anti-inflammatory effects as well. So I'm pretty impressed that at least this first product contains really science-backed, derm-approved ingredients. So we are off to a good start. So I will also show you this in a close-up on the side, but basically it comes out as this kind of gel cream consistency. quickly, and I was putting it on my hand and putting it on my arm, and actually I'm really struck by how lightweight this is. So you know how I had said that because of the marula oil, you may want to be careful with this product if it's too heavy or anything like that, but I actually think this would be fine for many skin types. In fact, I think if you have really, really dry skin, this probably isn't enough as a standalone moisturizer, but then again, it's not trying to be, right? This is supposed to be the step after cleansing, but before your moisturizer. So it's kind of like a serum. It doesn't leave any stickiness on the skin. There's no tacky feel. It evaporates super quickly. It's it's a very interesting consistency. As someone who has tested hundreds of skincare products, I would say this texture is really unique. Very lightweight, kind of gel/cream hybrid. And I love that it evaporates quickly because then you can move on with your life. Nobody has time to sit around waiting for skincare products to absorb. So I could see myself using this in the morning after cleansing, putting this peptide glazing fluid on, giving it, a couple seconds to really sink in, and then following up with SPFs and then makeup and then moving on with my day. So I like this product. I think the peptide glazing fluid is starting out strong. I think it may not be enough for people with really dry skin, but again, it's not meant to be used as a standalone product, so that's probably okay. All right, next up is this Barrier Restore Cream, which is being marketed as something that will deliver hydrated, smoother, softer skin over time. Again, not super bold marketing claims, which I like because it's probably gonna do what it says it's gonna do, which is hydrate your skin. So this one also contains a bunch of ingredients that I think are pretty great. I mean, they have shea butter, which is an emollient and an occlusive. They also contain squalane, same thing. It also contains a blend of vitamins, so it has vitamins D and E. Vitamin E is in the ingredient list as tocopherol, which can help with just nourishing the skin. And this one also contains niacinamide for brightening. It also contains acai for brightening as well. This one is unique in that it also contains a bunch of peptides. And by unique in that it contains peptides, I mean it contains more peptides than the other products. And with this one, we all know that peptides are meant to act as signal messengers that can trigger little skin cascades and improvements. And in this one, it is meant to actually plump up your skin in addition to just hydrating your skin. So let's go ahead and test this out. And this time I'm going to test it on my right hand, put on quite a bit. Just on first use, this is already a lot thicker, creamier, oilier, and more moisturizing. I put on too much, so it's gonna go on my arm now, than the one I just tried, the peptide glazing fluid. So this Barrier Restore Cream, it is pretty thick, and I will say it's a little bit greasy. So it's a very different feel and finish compared to the very lightweight and easily absorbent peptide glazing fluid. This one is definitely a real moisturizer. I mean, it feels heavier, it leaves kind of a heavier finish, but I think this would be great for anyone with dry skin or with combination skin. If you have oily skin, I just always think about whether or not the shea butter plus the squalane plus all the other occlusives in it might potentially break you out. But I think feeling this one, it's not so heavy that it's not like petrolatum. It's not like, Vaseline or Aquaphor that's truly gonna clog your pores. I think this one is still light enough that it can be used on oily skin as well. So I think this Barrier Restore Cream is pretty nice. I think it's a decent moisturizer and I think it'll do its job. And I like that it's packed with derm-approved ingredients as well. So that's a win for me too. All right, last but not least, we have our 3 peptide lip treatments. It comes as an unscented form, salted caramel, I believe, and then watermelon slice. And with these ones, the claims are mainly that they help to hydrate your lip skin and get rid of dry, flaky skin there, and also help to plump your lips over time. Looking at the ingredients, we go back to peptides, which kind of is like the cornerstone and the foundation of this first Rhode launch. The peptide that's in this one is purported to actually plump the lips, which I will be honest here, I don't think there is that much scientific data backing up that claim. However, this product also contains shea butter, which as we know is really a really great emollient that helps to hydrate the skin. And then this one contains 2 ingredients that I've never actually heard of. Kupuaku, which is supposed to help with skin's elasticity, and also babasu, which is supposed to be a derivative of lauric acid that is supposed to help skin retain moisture. Babasu is also supposed to overall help your skin microbiome. So those two ingredients, to be honest with you, I am not super familiar with, and I think the data is still pretty new on that. So I'm not going to go ahead and say that this is a magical product that is going to dramatically transform your lip health, but I think it can do a pretty good job of hydrating your lips just by looking at the ingredient list. So I'm going to try on, you know what, let's go with the watermelon one, because I'll be honest with you, what I think about skincare products nowadays is like, I actually like fragrance. I like having scent in my skincare, and I think scent has become really demonized overall in the skincare industry because everyone says, oh, well, someone might get a reaction to it. And while that's true, some people do develop a genuine contact dermatitis to scent. A lot of people also don't. And so I'm someone who doesn't develop a contact dermatitis or an allergic reaction to scent. And I very much enjoy the sensation. I enjoy that I'm putting something that smells really good, smells really yummy on my skin, and it really helps me like recenter and de-stress. So I personally like scent. So I like that for her peptide lip treatment, Hailey chose to do one unscented, but also two scented ones, so people can pick. All right, so I'm just squeezing this out here. That smells good. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? I may be dating myself, but did you guys ever collect lip smackers when you were young? This just brought me back. All right, so it's basically like a clear gloss. I think this is very straightforward. You know, this basically just helps to hydrate your lip skin. I don't know how much it will do in terms of plumping your lip skin, but I think it will definitely hydrate it. So overall, after taking a deep dive into the launch's ingredients, as well as the marketing claims, as well as testing the product out myself, I would say I'm pretty impressed with Hailey's first launch. I love that the products are affordable. Honestly, I am so tired of seeing celebrity skincare lines with a billion steps, you don't need 9 steps, and having it have a crazy high price tag. I mean, this is super affordable. The peptide glazing fluid and the barrier restore cream are both under $30. They're $29 each. And then the lip peptide treatment is only $16. So I think good skincare should be affordable. You should be able to get great ingredients at a decent price. So that is just right off the bat something that I really commend her on and really appreciate her for doing. Secondly, I like that her first launch is simple. You know, it doesn't have like a billion steps, as I mentioned before. It just has a treatment for your lip, it has a serum, and it has a moisturizer. And I really like that she doesn't make super bold marketing claims like this is going to dramatically transform your skin. Mainly, she says that these are going to hydrate your skin so that you can have glazed donut skin just like her. And I think that is a very fair claim to make. The only claim that I might have had a slight issue with is that the lip peptide treatment is going to plump your lips, because I don't think we have enough data to support that yet. But I think everything else she says and everything else these products claim to do is very realistic. Lastly, the packaging, everything is made in recyclable materials and also sent sustainably to you. Like the whole package that I received, every part of it is recyclable. And I can't tell you, I get a lot of packages as someone who tests out a bunch of skincare products for a living. And oftentimes I'll get humongous packages that are filled with things that are not recyclable. And it just like breaks my heart. It also breaks my husband's heart because he's the one who has to deconstruct them and actually take them out to the trash can. But anyways, I appreciate that she has been mindful of the packaging as well. A couple other points. The website for Rhode, which is rhodeskin.com, is awesome. I highly suggest that you check it out. It is so clear, and obviously the photographs of Hailey are gorgeous, but what I like the best is that when you click on each product and you click on see full ingredient list, their entire ingredient list is actually clickable. So for all of us skincare nerds out there who don't want to have to go look up the inky name and the website for what every single ingredient means, everything is clickable and very easily explained on her website. So you can look up every single ingredient in all of her products and it's right there in plain English, easy for you to understand. I also like the fact that there is a philanthropic angle to her brand. So as part of this launch, Hailey Bieber is also partnering with 3 organizations to support 1,000 women by 2023. So this is through her Rhode's Future Foundation, and they have dedicated at minimum 1% of all proceeds from sales to go directly towards this philanthropy. So I like that she's trying to do something good and giving back to her community. Overall, thanks for joining me today. I hope you liked this review of the new Rhode skincare launch, and I hope to review many other things for you in the future. So leave some comments below about what products or lines brands you want me to review. And as usual, don't forget to like and hit subscribe because I have a lot of great content for you coming out soon and I don't want you to miss it. Until next time, bye!